Hello, welcome to the next part of Fire Emblem 6, The Binding Blade. Ignore the fourth part. This is the evidence of a failed recording and restarting because I'm an idiot. Forgot to turn on the goddamn mic. Anyhow, continue on. Just to the north of Farah territory stands Castle Araphen. The Lycia Alliance had gathered here to discuss the matters of going up against Bern. However, Roy and Guinevere were only half a day away from Castle Araphen when a messenger brought them news that they could not believe. The message was this: Bern has a trio of elite generals called the Three Dragon Lords. Two of the three, General Brenya and General Narshan, have attacked Castle Araphen and nearly decimated the Lycia Alliance army. Although the morale of their army went down severely, Roy led his group towards Castle Araphen to find survivors and check the damage. Your Majesty, we have captured the enemy leader. Good. Bring him before me. You... Zephyr, the King of Bern. Damn you. Ah, Lord Hector. I must praise your ability of putting up such a good fight against two of our Dragon Lords. I suppose they do not call you the leader of the Lycia Alliance for nothing. However, you are not good enough. Pray while you can, for you end here. Why? Bern and Lycia were always on good terms with each other. Even when you took the throne, we have always paid our respects towards Bern. Respect? Don't be ridiculous. Lycia, no. This entire continent must go under my rule. That is the only way to liberate this world. I lack the time to be worrying about such trivial matters as respect. To liberate this world? What do you mean? It is of no importance to you. You are going to die anyway. Someone! Take him away. Throw Lord Hector into the dungeon. I really should not be calling him Lord, but whatever. Yes, sir! Your Majesty, I will now return to the Sakia Plains. Yes, you may be on your way. One thing before I leave, Your Majesty. I beg your pardon, but I do not think that it is such a good idea to put too much trust into sinister people. Do you mean I do? Yes. Our soldiers call her the Dark Priestess, and do not approve of her presence. I understand that she is a shaman of great powers, however... Brenya, do you not have faith in me? Yes, of course I do, Your Majesty. I just thought that... Then all you do is follow my orders. Understood? Yes, I will do whatever His Majesty wishes. Do you have faith in me? Dear, dear, the things I say sometimes. So Lord Hector is still alive? Yep, that's for sure. I saw some of Bern's soldiers take him to the castle. Chad, was it? Do you know the inside of Castle Araphen well? I guess. Wait, are you guys planning on going in to save Lord Hector? I wouldn't try that if I were you. The bulk of Bern forces are gone, but there are still a decent number of soldiers in the castle. You know? It would be suicide to try and charge them with your army. Perhaps. But we can't afford to lose Lord Hector. And you said that their main forces are gone, right? Then there's a chance we could win. I see. Then I guess I'll go along too. I can show you around the castle. What? No, don't feel pressured, Chad. If you could just explain what the interior of the castle looks like, I'm sure we'll be fine. I also want revenge against Baron Roy. Come on, let me go with you. Alright, then I'll be counting on you. Of course, leave locked chests and doors to me. Master Roy, I beg your forgiveness on my brother's doings. I didn't think he would invade Lycia so soon. My lady, there is no point in dwelling over the past. Please do not blame yourself. Besides, Lycia is still intact. if we could get our leader, Lord Hector, out of harm's way, we can unite Lycia once again and fight. We must recapture Lord Castle Araphen for our sakes, and for Leon's sake. Let's go. Sorry for the lack of enthusiasm, I am just not having my day after that failed recording. Anyhow. A friend of mine wanted me to actually give a slight tutorial on what each stat does. Strength increases the damage you do with the hits, skill increases how often you hit, and do 3 times damage with criticals. Speed affects how often you dodge attacks, and if you can double the enemy. Luck determines your dodging and critical reduction, aka how often the enemy will hit critical you. Defense reduces damage from physical, and resistance increases your damage from magic, which is basically the opposite of strength, except it works for magic and is the exact same. Moves how far you can move. Constitution is how large they are, basically. It's actually one of the most favorite stats from the GBA games. And if Chad has 4 rescue, which means units with lower constitution than 4 can be rescued by Chad. And rescue is a mechanic where basically 2 units are clumped together, and since Chad is carrying someone on his back, he isn't fighting as well. It pretty much has all of his major stats of strength, skill, speed, and I think defense. Then there is the weapon triangle, which is swords beat axes, axes beat lances, lances beat swords, and orcs in reverse as well. There are certain weapons that we'll get into later in the game that reverse this. Swords beat lances with the and then you get the idea. Thieves can pick Chad is a thief who can pick locks and doors and steal items. Thieves used to be much better in earlier and later games. However, in this game they are the worst class. Not because the characters that are them are bad, simply because they can't promote, which means their usefulness is capped. Definitely use him, but don't try to overfeed him. Kill him, have him attack things when it's helpful, but don't try to abuse it. And then I also was asked to tell why I dislike characters. Boars is okay, I just think there's better alternatives. Lance just gets better skill and speed than Alan, which are much more important than more strength and defense. Wolt just has a better alternative. Ellen has a much better alternative, like one that actually has magic, which you need for staves. Speaking of staves, there's also a magical weapon triangle, or tome triangle, I guess. Anima beats light, light beats darkness, darkness beats anima, works in reverse, but there's no breaker weapons. And then staves and air and bows have no point. Basically, they don't exist according to the triangles. Merlinus actually isn't a unit in any way, basically. He just exists. He basically exists to carry things around. And just so you know, their stats are going to be different and things are going to be... Because again, I didn't play identical, so... Yeah. Also, I used Marcus a bit, so he actually has a Silver Steer, and it's actually used a bit. I do not intend on doing any switching, and I will use post-commentary, or if I have to, post-silent videos if I do have another mess-up. But that's just a heads-up. I think I did everything I want. Merlin is in attack range, so I'll just pull him over here. I'm going to keep Thany and Alan over here for later. I don't want Walt or Chad in danger either, so I'm going to pull them back. I also want Walt in danger, so I'm going to let them come to me. I think Roy will be just fine. I think overall my characters were a lot worse this round, which is a bit unusual, in my opinion. Thanks for taking care of the children, Reverend. Of course, we of the Alamine Church will take good care of the orphans. And what would you do? I'm going to stay here. I still have some things to do. I see. Please do not stress yourself. Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. Make sure you listen to what the priest says, okay? Aren't you coming with us, Lou? I'm going to wait for Chad, and then we'll catch up to you here. Get down, I skipped! I'm not going to reset the recording for that. Basically, he has a fake goodbye with children, because he isn't actually going to go with them. And they want him to. I'm sorry for skipping that conversation, but I cannot be bothered to restart this again. Sorry. Well, to appetite your anger, watch some people get brutally murdered. That's how I calm down after being enraged. How do we kill this? I think we'll have Chad. Use Chad. I know I'm going against my own credit by giving Chad a kill, but you don't want your thieves to be under-leveled, because then they will never survive to get to the chests. Unless you clear out everything, which can sometimes not be in your interests if you want to get the best ending. And we'll send bows here to weaken it. Boars. Alright. That's why we have healers. So we don't kill our character. And I forgot to turn off animations. Enjoy the healer animation. I'm turning that off now. On, off, off, on. I feel such like an idiot now. And then we'll send Roy here. Maybe not. Should we? Boar's kind of messed up my plan pretty hugely. I think I will. Do I kill the archer, though? What is the best course of action? Hold on, I'm gonna calculate. Which will your low in? 5 strength, 7 power, so... Alright, so Roy will take more damage if he is hit by this guy. So let's kill this guy. We'll reduce the risk of Roy dying. Strength, luck, defense, resistance. Very unusual lance level. That's what you'd expect to get from Alan. But, alright. What? You went for Chad. Oh no, can Chad? I think Chad's dead. Oh my god, Chad, no. 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 I think Chad's dead. Goodbye, Chad. Bye, Chad. Damn it! Why here? Lou, I'm sorry. Okay, that won't appear in the next episode. Okay. Mistakes! Right now I just don't want to skip an entire part again, because it's actually a fairly important part. This is where like a big lore drop happens, so I don't want to skip it, simply because... This is the episode of screw-ups. That's what this is going to be called. The episode of screw-ups. Where the pre-recording failed, so I had to make another one, and then in the new one, all of them fail. Everything goes wrong. Dick dies, Chad dies, Lou dies, Roy dies, Pizza dies. Well, it's fitting. I am the Doom. Why must I suck at this game so much? Oh well, at least Lot gets to kill more people. Go Lot! I said go Lot! Lot! Why have you betrayed my trust in you? Everything's going wrong. It's the end of the world. Apocalypse is coming. HP. What? Just Oh my god. Everything goes wrong right now. Let's try and get... Nah, we're just gonna let him do what he wants. Let's send Marcus over here. And then I'll intern. Norshin! What is causing all that noise? Probably what's left of the enemy are trying to put up a fight in their last hope. Your Highness, shall we use the dragons? No, I do not wish to put the Dark Priestess through any trouble. Do not worry, we can handle them by ourselves. Not this time, my duel. Send the dragons back to burn as we planned. Yes, if His Highness wishes it to be so. I will be off to burn soon as well. Narshin, going to leave Lycia up to you. What shall I do with the remaining forces of the Lycia army? Kill all those that stand against us. Does that include women and children, sire? Of course. Annihilate them enough so that they would no longer even think about going against us. Leave that to me, sire. I wonder what His Majesty sees in that Idun girl. Well, I think I'll be going as well. Slater, the one with the broken nose, I believe. I'm trusting this castle with you. Are you leaving, sire? Yes, one of the Marquesses who turned against Lycia has a special gift for me. It says it's a girl from Etruria. Nobility or something, I don't know. From Etruria? She must be very beautiful then. Yes, that Marquess tells me she's still young, but very beautiful. I would be looking forward to it if I were you, sire. Please be careful on your journey, or way there. You be careful too, Slater. Wouldn't want that nose more broken. Don't you dare get defeated while we're on the subject by these remainders of worthless foes. If you do, I will personally tear you apart with my bare hands. Have mercy, sir. I need to work on my evil laughter. I used to be good with them. Oh my god. HP, strength, skill, block, defense. That was the first good level up we've gone in forever. Okay. I really want to speed this up. Let's just I shouldn't do that. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is just pandemonium. Luckily, DX is just way too awesome, so he won't die to these. Probably. I really hope not. He's like my only hope of defeating the boss. Next to the new character we'll get. I assume you can guess who he is, but I shouldn't spoil it right now. And Marcus, I guess. But I really don't want to look like I'm just being a cheaper who's just being lazy, because I'm not that type of person. I do want to put some effort into this, but I'm not having a good day. This is not a good time to record. Alright. Well, at least Roy's doing marginally better than my old one. He's not half health. Wait, he had much more health to be halved. Alright, let's send everyone in. Sending in the Scrub Brigade. Oh wait, this isn't Fire Emblem. 10, I believe. That should be Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, right? Yeah, I think it is. I must have sent the flyers up here for a reason I am certain you will never guess. Oh wait, we can't get items. Oh god. Yeah, there are two chests in the not quite in the lower right part of the castle. You can get with Chad if you still have him and didn't lose him right away. We did get them in the actual Let's Play, but that was silent. I think there was a halberd, which is an axe, which is a really good axe, and some gold. I am so sorry about that. Totally my fault. Nothing important. Nothing important at all. Good thing we have Lance. He could solo this game. Actually, is he that good? Yeah, maybe with a few elixirs, maybe with a few healing items he could, but I don't think he could solo the game that well. Marcus the Delivery Man. You're the remnants of the Lycian army, right? Here, take this and go quickly. There are a bunch of Baron soldiers here. Baron may govern this whole area, but we're friends of Lycia. And go here. Excuse me, you're from the Lycian army, right? Please, let me fight with you. I don't have any useful information or anything, but I can use a bit of magic. Please, let me help you. Here is Liu. He can use anima magic, which is basically tomes, fire tomes. Fire, lightning, water, air tomes, etc. I don't think it's water tomes in this game. They might be in others. I think he's the best mage because he has skills, more skill speed, a lot of defense than the other mages you can get. But I don't like him as much as the second mage you get, due to the fact that the second mage you get, who I will not spoil, but I'm fairly certain it's fairly obvious to any of you who plays the tutorial. He simply has way less magic and resistance. And when you're a mage, that's the only two stats that matter, in my opinion. And this is why I recommend having 2 Cavaliers, because the only things that can rescue mounted units, like Pegasus Knights and, well, Cavaliers and Paladins, which is what Marcus is, by the way, would be other mounted units. Which is a bit silly. It's like, you have a lady, right? You have a Pegasus that has a woman on top of her that is carrying another horse that has a person on top of it. It's just kind of silly. Because the rescue mechanic is basically just carrying someone on top of your back. So, like, some of the characters, if you rescue them together, can lead to some really silly things. I mean, nothing you can see, but, like, mental things, if you're thinking about it. Or intellectuals. And onward to the battlefield. Let's Tutoria. Lance. Got this. Oh wait, this guy's the Iron Sword. Whoops. Oh well. Yeah. Lots good. I'd like to kill the guy, the Sword Cavalier. Oh. That's a javelin. And I just turned around. Aha! Behold my unparalleled tactics of turning around. That is. I think we use a hand axe. Behold the power of the hand axe. And then we shall use Roy with a rapier, because that demolishes anything on a horse. It's a bit weird. It also demolishes knights, but not as well as the Armor Slayer. I personally find it really weird that the rapier would be good against Cavalier. Like, you could easily... Like, what's the term for knocking someone off a horse? I would say capsizing, but that's more of a ship thing. Oh, come on, Lance! HP resistance. I'm going to use Ellen and switch him to his regular Iron Axe, because the hand axe is nice for when engaging things that can attack far away. But other than that, I don't really want to use it in that situation. Go Lot! Come on! Yeah! Alright, time for the next ones. Who's ready to die? I think I forgot to mention that. Where's Marcus? The men's staff is a better version of what Ellen is currently using, a heal staff. A heal staff heals for 10 HP plus the magic of the user, which for Ellen is 10, whilst a mend heals for 20 plus the magic of the user. Later on in the game, certain characters that weren't meant to be users, but like attackers, gain the ability to use staves when they promote. They become really ridiculous healers, because you can have them heal for like, I think the maximum is 50 HP, which is pretty much a full heal for anybody. Is he gonna use the hammer? Oh, the hammer doesn't. I thought the hammer was effective against Cavalier. Maybe it was in 7 or 8, but not in this one. Lance. Does he have a vulnerary still? Yes, he does. Now this is something I'm going to point out if you didn't lose Chad like me, to get the halberd, which is effective against cavalry, but not against knights if I recall correctly, and the 5,000 or 300 or the 3,000 gold in here. This guy has a vulnerary, but this guy doesn't, so you probably don't want to poke at this guy on your turn. You want him to come at you, or else use the vulnerary to heal up. And I recommend sending Lot with Chad down here, because Lot can kill all three of these guys pretty easily. Or Ward if you are using Ward. And I recommend using... Oops, wrong one. I recommend using Diek against the boss. But you can also use Lu. The reason I recommend Diek is that the Armor Slayer is very reliable. And so is Diek in general, actually. While Lu can actually be killed by him, because he has a Javelin, and combined with his 10 strength, it is very possible that he will kill Lu. There's a sword in it. I heard it's not very conducive to your health, especially if you're a zombie. Like you should have saw the zombie riots. Like when they heard that there's going to be a tax on eating brains. Oh, they went mad. If I'm the president or prime minister or whatever during the zombie apocalypse, that's what I'm gonna do to try and stop. Put a massive tax on brain eating. If taxes stopped them in life, why won't it stop? Then it should stop them in death, right? Right? I hope so. I certainly hope so. I think it'll work. What do you guys think? Put that down in the comments. Do you think that would work? So these lucky bastards will get to live. In the original one they didn't, but I didn't really have anything funny to say while I killed them. So they may as well not have. And now we're just gonna place Roy right here so he can kill this guy. Does he have a hand axe? No, he doesn't. Alright, Roy. Okay. Now then, let's just ready up. Like right now, he can't return fire because he doesn't have his javelin equipped, but he can very much kill Lu. However, here's a clever rescue strategy you can employ.
I won't lose if I don't win. Oh, oh no!
There's a clever rescue trick. Bam, he's in safety. And he's getting rid of territory. So that wasn't really all that much ever, but if you want to grind, which I am not a fan of, I am not in the grinding fan club. Unless you just want to read the story. Like, if you just want the story, then go ahead, arena grind, but that's the only type of grinding you should do. Don't boss grind, that's just boring. Why does Diek have 9 HP? Let's fix that. Alright, Diek, go! Oh, wait. Okay, someone's gonna die. And it wasn't me.
Sir, Narshan, please have mercy.
HP, strength, skill, speed. Typical Diek level up. Conquer. Master Roy, we have found Lord Hector in the dungeon level. Really? Is he alright? He's severely wounded. Roy. Lord Hector, what an awful wound. We must treat it. Here, lean on my shoulder. It's alright. I won't last much longer. Lord Hector, I was taken by surprise. Never would have guessed the bird resurrected the dragons. Dragons? Yes, the dragons that we humans fought in the past. The Scouring? I have heard of it. A long time ago, the two races that each had half of a league. That each had half of a league. The humans and the dragons fought over total control of the continent. Right, the 8 heroes defeated the dragons and led us humans to victory. How did Byrne use the dragons? I have no idea, but the dragons had control of what is now Byrne in the past. And Hartmut, one of the 8 heroes, is the founder of Byrne. Perhaps the reason lies there. Lord Hector! Roy, go to Ostia. You must lead what is left of the Elysia Alliance army, instead of me. Me, but don't worry, in Ostia are weapons that are effective against dragons. Weapons? I have already told this to Luna. Please take care of her too. She may seem strong, but she is still a child. Please give her support. Yes, I will, Lord Hector. One Lord Hector! And hopefully there won't be any failed recording this time.